welcome Tim Takach. You are the first guest on a new segment on the Choralosophy podcast called Composer Exposer, and we're going to expose you to the audience of choral music today in a way they may not have been exposed to you before. So we're going to start out with some rapid fire questions. Are you ready?
Yeah, sounds frightening, but I'm ready.
Okay. What's the favorite thing that you have hanging in your closet right now?
My favorite thing right now is a purple Conspirare t-shirt.
Wow, very specific. I like it. What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
When I was young, my mom told me that if I liked to do something, it never mattered if anybody else thought it was the right or wrong thing to do. As long as I wanted to do it, as long as I liked it, then it was good to go.
Sounds like someone's training you to be an artist. That's great.
I think so.
Do you have any pets?
Yes, I have two cats. One is named Shortcake and one is named Glissando. Sorry.
Okay. That's great. What is your favorite movie ever?
I grew up as a huge Star Wars nerd, and so there's a part of my heart that is reserved for Star Wars. And these days, my guilty pleasure is horror movies. So I'm awaiting the next chapter of it.
Awesome. What is your biggest pet peeve?
I can't stand it when you're trying to get to know somebody and they're just a veneer of friendliness, and you can't actually figure out what they're like and who they are and what they value. It just seems like they're sort of a social chameleon. It drives me bonkers because I want to get to know people. I want to figure out what makes them tick. When I can't get through there, it drives me nuts.
Dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Milk.
If you were not in the choral music industry, what would you be doing?
I'd be doing graphic design.
Ah, okay. What's on your playlist right now?
I have quite a lot of Sting and the Police songs stacked up.
All right, name a book you read that positively impacted or shaped you.
I am in the middle of a series called The Expanse, which is a sci-fi series, and it's James S.A. Corey is the pen name for these two writers, and it's the most exciting, mind-blowing sci-fi that I've read in a long time.
If you had a spirit animal, what would it be?
I don't know. Is that supposed to reflect like who I am on the inside?
According to some people, it really matters.
Oh gosh.
No pressure.
No pressure. But if those people who believe in this stuff are going to get mad if I blow it off. So my spirit animal would be sort of like a big, friendly tiger.
Oh, a friendly tiger. Oh,
a cuddly one.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Well, Tim, congratulations. You have survived the gauntlet of rapid fire questions.
Yeah, I don't know that I did very well, but I gave it my best.
I think you did a valiant effort. That was
okay.
good. So let's switch gears to music and tell us what is the most exciting project that you have either recently published or are working on publishing for choral nerds out there.
I am working on publishing a big project from this last season called Helios, which was a 65-minute evening-length a cappella choral suite of music inspired by the solar system. So the piece starts out way in the outer rim of the solar system with Pluto, and we're working our way through the solar system planet by planet until we get to the sun finally at the end.
That sounds exciting. Important question. Will you be quoting any Holst at any point during the work?
There is no Holst quoted. I know some of that piece, but I purposely did not go and listen to it because I didn't want that in my brain.
Smart.
I also wanted to just approach it from my own sensibilities. And the only thing I did, when we think of Mars, we think of the god of war, and we think of that pulsing beat, that rhythm. We think of the Imperial March, right, from Star Wars. And I knew I did not want to go that direction. And so that movement in particular was a decision to go to the opposite direction of that. And so Mars is sung by the tenors and basses, and it's a twist on what it means to be masculine. So I approached a poet with that idea and said, can we look at masculinity in the same way? And as like I mentioned before, we have this, a lot of times as men, we have this veneer up, like we have this bravado that we put on because we're trying to figure out what it means to be a man, what people assume we should look like or act like.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But you have to crack that surface, right? You've got to scratch through it to see what's underneath.
Oh, that's such a great idea. Do you have a target date for publishing?
Yeah, I should. So the premiere was in May, and there were 3 shows. And this summer, I've been meaning to sit down and go back into the score and change all the things that we changed and edits that we made, during the rehearsals. So I'm going to say September 15th. That's it. You heard it here. September 15th, I'm going to have Helios online ready to buy.
Mid-September, you can go to Graphite Publishing and check that out, along with some other great composers and awesome choral music selections on there. And thank you, Tim, for coming on and participating in this first Composer Exposer, brought to you by Graphite Publishing, which is super exciting. And I've just perfect to have you on as the first guest. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks, Chris.